Hello there, all my nerf herders and hermits. So today I got a special treat. I've been watching a lot of videos lately where they have the micro universe toys, really cool toys. They're kind of reminiscent of the micro machine Star Wars toys that existed back in the day. So I picked up an N-1 Starfighter at Target, and I decided to give a shot at the weathering that I've seen a few people do online. So yeah, let's take a look here and tell me what you guys think. Alright, so we have here the N-1 Starfighter from Episode 1, a Micro Galaxy toy, and first thing we gotta do, we have to get this box open. So let's get it open here.
You removed it from its original packaging!
No! It's no longer a collectible! Oh!
So once we get it opened up, we'll get all the pieces out of here. It doesn't come with a lot extra, just the tail separate from the rest of it, and then the little figures. So let's get this tossed aside. Got the figures here, R2 and Anakin. Speed up a little bit as I struggle to get out of the plastic. So we'll get the tail put in and just kind of get the basic assembly done. We're not going to do anything with the figures right now. We'll get them added at the end because I don't want to get paint all over them. We got this silver paint here. It's very metallic. I just kind of wanted to brighten up the metallic parts on there. And I give it a little bit of texture too, so it actually has something to grab a hold of when we weather. So we're just going to paint all of the silver with the silver paint, and it's exactly the same shade, so it's kind of what I was hoping for, and it's going to be able to give us some texture here, so it's going to actually have stuff it can grab a hold of to really help make the damage look realistic. So we just keep painting and get this all in here. We get every little detail, just a little bit on all of it, the whole front end, and then also the whole bottom's also silver. So we're going to get all that done too. Just have to get every little nook and cranny. Try to get the little already existing weathering that they did here on this front end. We'll do a little bit better job at it. So we'll just go ahead and paint over it. And also one thing, I didn't use any painter's tape for the edges because I actually want to make a little bit of contact with the yellow. It's going to make it look like the paint scraped a little bit, and it's kind of remove the yellow paint from the silver finish. So try your best to stay within the lines, but a little bit here and there is actually going to look pretty cool. And then I'm kind of actually putting a little thicker on here on the bottom. I wanted to do just a little bit more rust and stuff on the bottom, so I just wanted some more like textured lines, stuff like that, just to really kind of get the damage across. Anakin's not going to have a very fun time in this fight like he originally did. There we go, we got the whole thing painted. At least the silver done. Just any other little pieces you see, just more or less I'm just kind of dry brushing, just really kind of working on the texture and really just kind of adding anything in there that I think will help make the acrylic wash just look a little bit better. So you can already kind of tell that the light's hitting it, that it's got way more of a metallic shine than it did before. So there you go, step one complete. And now that we've kind of let this dry for a little bit, we're gonna get some watered down black acrylic. And this is gonna start our black wash here, our acrylic wash that will kind of give us the details. And I started putting this on here, just kind of put it all over. You're basically just painting it on, wiping it off, and it's mostly water, so you don't really have to worry about it. Like, it's just kind of staining, it's leaving like black into the creases. And then also, because we added that texture to the silver, it's going to have a few little spots there it can grab a hold of to make it look like there's scratches, maybe a little bit like battle wear and tear. So this is really all you do through this whole process, is just covering spots, wiping it off, covering spots, wiping it off, and just repeating that until it pretty much looks good. Like, the best way to put any form of weathering, I think I mentioned this in the last video, is you want to basically screw something up and then try to fix it. Like, that's the gist of what weathering is. Yeah, just get those little nooks and crannies. Like, what really looks good is when it fills in those lines. Like, those lines just kind of disappear on these toys because they're toys. They don't really think about making those details because they have price and like stuff like that, like, concerned about. So they can't really afford to like get in there and do this kind of stuff. So yeah, we're just kind of making it look more like it came from the world and look less like a toy. So now we're going to kind of mix in some other things. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of like silver paint on some spots that mixed with some black paint, and we're going to do these like thrusters here and kind of make it look like they've gotten some like damage from the heat. So it's going to be black, like it's burnt, but also just a little bit of a metallic shine, since they, starfighters go through space, so a little bit of stardust and things like that coming off of them. So again, it's pretty much what you're doing. You're just looking for spots that you can add things, and then you're just going to wipe it off and keep going. You can already see like the spots where it's really kind of adding in that tarnished kind of metal look. And then anywhere you see like a lot of texture, you want to make sure that you kind of get in there. These landing gears, like, you want to cover them, so, and then wipe it off so that you can bring out all those little details from them and make it look like, they've just been kind of sitting on the ground. And then inside here in the cockpit, like, you can really make those details kind of pop. And right around here, around like where R2 sits, just kind of make it look like, it's gained some dirt and stuff like that from him just sitting in there over time. So now we're going to do some like rust and like, so a little bit of like, this is brown acrylic here, and then we got this burnt orange. And I'll kind of just mix those two together. Just do a little bit here, a little bit there. And kind of like dirt, like maybe this starship is like landed a little bit in some more indoor like planets, not cushy little starports. So you just kind of, and just do a little bit orange. I kind of did the whole front here because I'm like, I really want to bring out some like rust. So then I just did like a layer of orange, then a layer of brown, and then I just wipe it off. And then just kind of get it all out of there, because you don't want to like, you want to fill in crevices, but you don't want to leave big blotches of paint, because that won't look very good. That'll look fake. So you just kind of want it to just have that touch of color. Like, it's just got a little bit of rust. It's just seen some action. Really want to get it in there on like those crevices, things like that. That's where it's really going to look good. So So this time I'm actually just painting more and letting it just kind of sit a tiny bit more to really kind of bring out those details, because honestly, the longer you let it sit, the more it's going to kind of take to it. So if you just want it light, you wipe it off quick. If you want it like more, just kind of let it sit a little bit longer. But yeah, now we have like more of the blackened silver and then more of the rust, and just keep doing layer upon layer, and you're just more or less just kind of experimenting, seeing what like all these different layers, all this wiping, like what this is going to do. Because honestly, I went into this with no plan. I just kind of went with it, like, oh, this would work here, oh, this would work here, and that's just kind of how you do it. You don't really, you can go in with the plan, like that's fine, but I feel like you can do your best work if you're just kind of playing it as you go. Don't mind me, I kept forgetting the presence of the camera, so I kept wiping it off out of camera from time to time. So at this point, I'm just kind of thinking about what else I could do. So this is going to start being blaster marks. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing bigger, just straight up, like not even water mixed in, just paint. And I'm painting on, let it set for a couple seconds, wiping it off, wiping on, let it set a couple seconds, wipe it off, and just keep doing that. The more thick the paint is, the different like type of texture, different type of like look you'll get. So you can kind of play around with a whole bunch of different like paint to water ratios, and you really can't go wrong. So now we're on to our next step here. We got all of our basic weathering done. So now I'm actually going to try to do a little bit more with the exposed metal. So we just got some straight silver, and then I'm just going to cover some random spots where I think I want to see like flecks of metal. Just taking a little bit off, and you're just kind of dry brushing just the tiniest little spots, and then just rub a little bit off. If it's too much, you're not putting a lot here. This is just like little chips of paint. It's not big extensive marks. So then I decided to get the sponge out here and then try to do little tiny droplets around. I figured this could give me some realistic looking kind of scrapes and like paint flecks. And also it kind of worked like an eraser, so I could just flip the sponge over, wipe the stuff off with it. And then honestly, just the dabbing of the sponge on the different parts, it was looking pretty cool. It was definitely giving some more texture variation and kind of making it look like there was some like damage done to the metal. So again, just going over the spots, trying to make little tiny details here and there, just make it look like we got some like exposed paint underneath the yellow paint. So next I decided to give a shot at doing some blaster damage. So I don't have an airbrush. I was really just taking a shot in the dark here. So I decided to just blotch on dark paint and just kind of let it sit for a little bit. And then just wipe it away after it's kind of set on there for a second. Make it be a little thicker, but not all the way. Because, yeah, I don't have the convenience here of having an airbrush and can do some like beautiful blaster damage. So we're just going to kind of mess around and see what we can do with this. But yeah, I'm just kind of leaving in some details here, just seeing what I can do with these final steps here to really kind of add to it. So I figured, let's try this. Let's try some blotching here. So just a little bit, blotch it away, and then we're gonna do some more. So we're just continuing the blotches here. And decided one's not enough. We're gonna try one here on the other side too. So these are just longer, like these aren't no water or anything. We're just gonna let them sit there for a second and then wiping it away. Decided that's one piece of damage isn't enough, so let's get a little bit of marks over here on the other side of the wing. So then we can clean up the other side since it's sit there long enough. And then this is the point where I just decided, like, I just kind of want to see what I can do. So I'm just kind of leaving some black marks around, wiping them away too, because I'm kind of liking how the blaster damage looks. So I'm kind of seeing like maybe some smoke, some fire damage on some other spots. So again, we're just blotching on thicker and thicker acrylic paint. And then I'm just filling in these little blaster ports. I think that's where they shoot the blasters out of the N-1. Just pretty much finishing up. I'm just doing a few more layers here on the blaster parts till I get it kind of where I like it, and I think it's kind of looking good. But yeah, Annie did not have a good time in this flight. There we are, our damaged N-1. And there you have it. I had a lot of fun doing it. Only took me really a couple days to do. Just had to wait for the stuff to get dry. And this is our end result here. So yeah, you kind of see the blaster effects there. Got some of the flecks there. The kind of take a look there and see. Here's the back. Got that rust look there. But yeah, you see kind of the blaster blow-ups there. And there we have it. So yeah, a lot of fun. I plan on doing some more of these. Give you guys a little preview. We have Asajj Ventress here. I got some plans for that one. We have the baddest mofo on Earth, Mr. Mace Windu. And then we are just a few days away. Well, not days. We're a couple months out from Andor. So to get prepped for Andor, when it comes out, we got this from Rogue One. So yeah, like I say, I'll be doing a few more of these. They're a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Let me know what you guys thought of the weathering process down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Like I said, we'll be doing plenty more of these. Also do lightsaber videos. Gazer Forge is every Tuesday at 10:30 Eastern. Doing plenty of sound font videos coming up here. And also tons of con coverage as we get closer and closer to ICC Con 2025. So going to be an awesome year. I hope you guys enjoy, and may the force be with you.